My name is Richard Dunn. It is said that God helps those who help themselves. Further, it is said that if you are on the railroad tracks and you see the train coming, get off the tracks. In this light, I am asking you to help me help America get off the tracks. I want to be able to make jobs. That is real jobs, not service jobs, not government jobs. I mean hire people for jobs that create value, not paperwork. That is manufacturing jobs. Remember, it used to be said that manufacturing was the basis of all real wealth. Even Warren Buffett knows that utility patents, that is intellectual property, also known as IP, are a legal form of monopoly. I once read that this is the basis of his fortune. It is also the basis of China's newfound prosperity, and they know it. In any event, the value of which I speak here is an estimated $640 billion a year worldwide if developed. You might ask, why is this so important? I no longer remember who first came up with this estimate. However, no one who has reviewed the material doubts it. One ex-supercomputer manufacturer, serial portfolio entrepreneur, has agreed to take calls from qualified high-end investors, and I must vet them. However, I am not crazy about this, as I see these men as the people who have delivered us to our current economic hardship by selling capital equipment, not end product overseas. In any event, simply, I found a way to integrate fractal geometry with circuitry from the enclosure level to the atomic level as a mathematically provable empirical optimization. What follows is my story and your story, not those who took foreign money to export our industries, like Nixon's last laugh, opening up China. Even Napoleon knew, beware the sleeping giant. I watched American industry go overseas from the time I started working at 15. I am now 58. Again and again I reinvented myself in newly adopted industries. I watched 20 to 40-year men's careers and families destroyed again and again. Our high-quality capital equipment, seed corn, not end-user goods, were sold overseas for high-value, quick profit. Internationalists forced free men to compete with low and no-wage slave labor without constitutionally mandated tariffs. Foreign workers were brought in under the H-1B program and taught best business practices with American wages, and our Social Security set aside, which was returned to too many of these workers under treaty as they left our factories. A king's ransom in third world startup capital. This paid to train and finance foreign nationals to compete against us, taking our jobs, undermining stockholder value, starving our people, and depriving our children of a future in the picket fence. I got mad. I went to the drafting board, and for 3+ years I labored. I created an economic weapon of war designed to destroy foreign competition and bring the electronics, computer, supercomputer, and semiconductor industry back to the United States. I created a monster which will now walk the land and take jobs out of the United States without your help. This is a complete reversal of intent. With your help, I can bring it back. IP lawyers, bird dogs, information technology workers, engineers, financial types, governmental officials, and at least one man in DARPA agree that there is nothing like what I have done. It is a paradigm shift. Most believe that this can wipe out IBM, HP, Cisco, and Intel. None believe that they can muster the finances to stop this in time. We are now controlled by bureaucrats and bean counters who want business plans and financials and do not know how to eat an elephant, one bite at a time. They want a business plan for each market space, semiconductors, supercomputers, process control, the list goes on. This is the excuse used to carve it up and sell it off internationally for pennies on the dollar, always for fast money, little work. They would have wanted Bell of telephone fame to have a business plan for everything and to give him nothing. In the meantime, all goes fallow. IP lawyers have wanted to do the work for a back-end position with a hold harmless, which I thought was a bad idea when they didn't want to state costs and keep records. I found another source of possible finance. What then happened probably would not have happened if I had agreed to one thing: ship the technology overseas. I fought like hell to stop it, and I have been punished mightily for this. One bird dog representing a private VC group, and I fought for over a year. I was promised $10 million for my signature, $100 million to set up, and $400 million guaranteed followed on. Then the market soured. The venture vulture capitalists try to keep you broke so that they can peck your bones dry for a song. Accordingly, in my opinion, the bird dog tried to drive me into bankruptcy. This apparently is a standard tactic, and I was eventually offered $55,000 in 5 tranches, read milestone payments. I was told this 3 days before the expiration date of the provisional patent. I told them this was bargaining in bad faith. Bleeding, I walked away. This is a dirty business. They want to give me a lab in the back room to make me their research and development money printing press and pay me as little as possible. I met the deadline to file for a provisional to utility conversion by 15 minutes at the post office by registered mail. I now realize that I must maintain control to avoid foreign export. Consider, I have even been offered foreign citizenship for the technology. All this burnt time and led to the major problem forcing this letter. I have two problems, and I am not sure of the order in which events will proceed. In any event, here they are. 1. Pending on how fast the Patent Office operates, which as I write this and having spoken to experts is an unknown. If handled incorrectly, I may lose the international patent rights. I can stave this off for 30 months. The cost is $6,000 for filing fees plus $2,800 for the search, and that assuming that I do it right, plus lawyer's fees. I could do it myself, but I am not a lawyer. However, I have gotten it this far. I am guesstimating that the whole thing would cost $14 to $25K pending legal fees. This money must go immediately by wire to try to stop this. 2. I have a jumbo patent, applications which have been accepted as patent pending before the U.S. Patent Office. They may well tear them apart into many patents. That is what a jumbo patent means. More cost, more money, and more reward if successful. In my opinion, there appears to be no competition. These are risks we dare not take. What is needed now is your help. Sign up for our email list and try to find it in your heart to hit PayPal button for what you can afford. This is value and hope. In closing, I believe it was Monroe of the Monroe Doctrine was right when he opined that America would exist as long as there was enough to bribe the rich. This is the real reason we are where we are. Help me stop it. It starts here. Thank you. Richard Dunn.